right, we got to the main event now. Now that all the wrestling's out of the way, we're back to Act 5, Epilogue. And, of course, they had the shot. Jay's walking in the back, and Sammy looks at him and just nods and walks off. He said all there is to say.
I see we meet again here in the alleyway in the back.
Sammy just sits on that equipment case waiting for people to walk by so he can nod at them.
You know where to find me. No matter what building, I'll be right here.
So Roman and Paul and Solo do their entrance, and they go to the break. And then they come back to the ring, and Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky acknowledges Roman Reigns. And boy, I think back to when Rupp Arena used to run once a month, and I saw cards there. I saw at least 50, 60 shows there before I got in the business. And then I was on them for a number of them. And if we had ever put a show on that had the lack of action or anything else as this program, and the feature event was the top guy coming out and doing an interview, the people would have set fire to the fucking seats. But now they're overjoyed.
That's maybe the most successful thing Vince McMahon's done is the retraining of wrestling fans.
Boy, they sure have been. And they're jumping through those hoops. But anyway, Rupp Arena acknowledged him, and then the Usos music played, and here came Jay. And then Roman asked him the question, are you in or out? And Jay responded with, well, if I am in, it's him, meaning Paul, or me. And Roman's like, well, when you're tribal chief, you can pick anybody, but he's my wise man. He's not your wise man or the bloodline's wise man. I'm the one that got us here to the top, but you're meant to keep us here at the top. We've been trying to groom you, manscape you. And you're meant to lead, just not yet. The problem is your brother. And of course, and also, I was surprised at this. The fans were whatting Roman. So it's not even now a point where like they're just doing it in segments where they don't give a shit about the people. They're doing it regardless.
It takes one idiot to start it. That's all it takes.
But then, well, they had several there, so anybody could have been guilty. But anyway, when he said the problem is your brother, that's when Jimmy comes out, but no music. So it had a little bit more gravitas to it.
I like it.
And now Jimmy is the angel on Jay's shoulder. Roman's the devil. Now Jimmy's giving him the opposite side of the coin. The problem is our cousin. He's using you. You know, and told him the whole story about what Roman's been doing, and it shouldn't be like that. But then Roman says, hey, I lifted you up, Jay. I put you in the main event at WrestleMania and blah, blah, blah. Jimmy drags you down. You can't be a tribal chief and a twin. And then Roman makes Paul reveal to Jay, rather, that Jimmy is the one that had a problem with Jay being the right-hand man. And Jay looked at Jimmy. He says, is that true? The big stare down. Yes, it was true. And then Jay should have won an Emmy there because he told, and I think some of this had to be a shoot, because Jimmy's the older brother by 15 minutes or first one to pop out or whatever the case. And he vented on him. You were the prom king. You were the player of the year. I was always supposed to do what my older brother said. But then when you were gone, I stepped up and I main evented. And now guess what? You're out. Oh my God. The fucking people. Oh. And then he said, and I'm out too. And he turns and super kicks Roman Reigns, who goes flatter than a fucking flitter, as Aunt Lola used to say.
And now everyone loses their shit because no one expected that.
Exactly. So it was like he was telling him off like he was about to fucking hit him in the head with a hammer, and then he turns around and boom. And because he's still his brother, right? His twin. And what a pop it got from the people. And then Solo's like, what the fuck? It takes him a second. He goes after him. they super kick Solo out, and Roman is getting up, and he's sold to the kick like crazy, and he's getting up with the look on his face, and he's holding his jaw. And what the fuck? And they double super kick him, flatter than a fucking plate full of piss again. A lot of people are flat these days, but boom, down he goes. He put him over like $1 million.
I've never seen anyone go down that quickly from the super kick. From anyone, just the way he got hit and just boom, right down. And then he had his mouth open on the ground, selling it. It was great.
And that's what it needed to be, because now then the people are going crazy and the Usos are together. The bloodline has, fucking exploded. But now Roman and Solo versus the Usos is right there for them. And that can go any number of ways. And the big thing is Paul's safe in the bloodline.
Paul Heyman in a shark tank above the ring. Held up with special wires.
A shark cage, not a dope, but well, maybe
not a shark tank.
In a shark tank.
Not a shark tank.
Maybe put him in the shark tank with the sharks. See if they'll eat him, or if they're on low cholesterol diets.
In a shark cage is what I meant to say. Put Paul Heyman in a shark tank. There are many wrestlers who have said that over the years.
No, because the sharks wouldn't bother Paul. Professional courtesy.
All right, well, that was SmackDown, and, once again, you wonder where they're going to go, and you're left still wondering where they're going to go, but it paid off. Like, it was worth watching it for that moment, or fast-forwarding through most of it for that moment.
Yes, it was worth fast-forwarding the show for that moment. Oh, boy. All righty. Well, now should we cross to the other side of the street?
Do you think with the amount of people that fast forward or DVR or whatever it may be, they should just have like the wrestlers like Roman read the spots right before the promo? I got something to say to you, Jey Uso, but first I want to talk about my new mattress from Healing Sleep. Because then people will check out the sponsors,
Yes.
Just
work on that one. Get back to me.
Just a thought.
Yeah, but it died of loneliness.
Oh,